new laptop hooked up, nor have I what? Hopefully everybody can hear me. Make sure my volume's up. Welcome in, everybody. I apologize. I knew I was going to run late. But Betsy here, too, is running late, as you can see. And so I'm working on Betsy. That's exactly why I got another computer, but it didn't get hooked up tonight as my... Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it, everyone who's here. Again, I'm sorry. As usual. Okay, now let's see. That's not what I want. That's what I want. My laptop is moving really slow. I don't know if it's the laptop or if it's the net tonight, so I apologize. So welcome in. Hopefully we're going to have a little bit of spooky fun tonight. It's not going to take forever. And how come I can't see anyone? I can see the thumbs up. Moving you to the sky here. And I'm trying to see why I can't see. Running. I should be able to see my screen. Hold on a second. Exactly why I said another screen. Okay. So I can't see anything except me, and hopefully everyone can hear me because nobody's typed anything either. So let's see what's going on. See if we can figure this out together. When I get that other computer hooked up, I think I'm going to be really grateful after all this. Oh, Lordy. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm Organic Silver Moon Designs. I'm a jewelry and a canvas artist. And we're going to be playing around with some polymer clay and hopefully having a spooky good time. Give me just a second here. Thank you for your patience. If anybody is typing, I can't see this, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. I can hear me from the other room. In just a second here, folks. Again, I apologize. I went from 15 to 8. Okay. Likely because of what's going on here, and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, give me just a second here. I don't have anyone but my cat to yell at. So I can't say, can you come grab this for me, someone? Okay. And I mean, my laptop is lagging. So we're going to be making some half hollow beads, hopefully some skulls, and a few other little cute things here tonight, and some polymer clay. Again, I apologize. I do not know why this is moving so slow. Again, I apologize. If you're still here with me, Dennis and Gothica and whoever else may be here tonight, because I can't see. Oh, there we go. Now I can see something. And a oof, huh? Welcome in, Dimmy. It is an awful setup, you're right, but it normally wouldn't be because I just bought a new system to set up, but I didn't get it set up tonight. Thanks, Maria. I appreciate your kindness. I really do. Welcome in. Are you? Sorry to hear that, Launch. What is going on is my laptop should be picking up for the live right now, and my screen is not moving for some reason. So I apologize, folks. And if you don't like it and I'm not your cup of tea, you don't have to stay. Life is a choice. You chose me and came in to check it out, and I apologize. And besides that, all YouTube usually is free, and only the wealthy can afford studios. Let's see what we can do here. Thank you for your patience. Again, I apologize. Maybe it's because I have that other panel on in the other room. Give me just a second, folks. See if I can remedy this. Alrighty. So for the moment, we're going to have it like this until I can get this to catch up with me on this other screen. And I need to fix something real quick, folks. Hold on. All right. thanks for being here, Lunch. You just type in a hello again. Thank you, Maria. Look, I dropped a 2, but that's okay. Like I said, if I'm not their cup of tea, they don't have to stay. I actually had another computer to set up tonight, but that didn't happen. So okay. You see that little wrench beside you? Lunch is the moderator in here. And I guess you are lost. Looks like you and me might be the only 2 people in here except for Marie, and I apologize. There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, everybody has a bad once in a while. So I'm rebooting my laptop, which hopefully next live will not be, at least for the live. It will only be for me when I'm off camera. Uh-oh, there goes my light too. I told you I was having big technical tonight. Okay. So hopefully everyone's doing all right. And let's keep the comments clean and nice if possible. And no rude remarks. If you don't want to be here, just leave. Okay. So I did get these, folks, for you that would like to know, because I couldn't find my other razors. So I replaced them, and let me tell you, they're not as inexpensive as they used to be. We'll just put it that way. Just put it that way. Okay. Oops. Okay. So how's everybody doing tonight? Sorry I don't have any pumpkins flying or anything like I did the first live and everything. This is not happening tonight. Sorry about that. You can when they're monetized. You sure can. So I'm waiting for this. I call her Bertha now, but let me tell you something. Bertha here has been through a lot with me. And at the time, she was an expensive touchscreen Microsoft HP computer. And I guess with time, everything gets older, but you wouldn't think after 5 years, but I've really put her through the hoops. She has done her job and then some. So I can't complain. As soon as I get her back up, she'll grab the internet. She's on plane mode until I turn her on. So there you go. All right. Just wait for a moment. Okay. Are we having fun, everyone? I apologize. I really do. Welcome in. Hey, Dorothy. How are you tonight? Take my glasses off so I can see better or worse. You missed the first one. That one's the best one. Hey, Launch, this is a good friend of mine. And I'm glad to see she's here. Yeah, hurry up and get monetized. Launch says hurry up and get monetized. I told her I'd make her a moderator like you, Launch. But she's got to be able to come in, and she can't always get in either. She has health problems just like I do, but... I'm waiting for my laptop to get going, even though... Did you see my video out there, Dorothy? Where I did for the new slim Windows Pro 11 computer? But it didn't get hooked up tonight, which Launch knew about that already. So... I'm going to start a poll here and see what everybody's favorite gemstone is. Let's see. I don't know. I've never done one of these before, except one other time. So we'll see. It's got 0 votes, it says. I said, what's your favorite gemstone? Does it come up and is it showing in there, Dorothy and Launch? Or is it saying yes and no? Yeah, the computer's not in perfect health, but you are. You see? Bertha is spinning. Hopefully she will start up. Then I won't have to look at the screen and make you guys have to look at me. There's my skull, the Halloween pumpkin. And actually it was much better the other one too. Can anybody see that voting thing? Where it says, I don't know if it says yes or no, but I said, what's your favorite gemstone? I guess I should ask with something else. Maybe I did it incorrectly. I'm not used to doing it. It says yes and then no, and then it's ask a question. See, that's not supposed to be there. All right, let's see. How can we do this? We will end the poll, and I'll restart the poll because it's not supposed to do that. Let's try this again. Maybe this is how I was supposed to do it. Okay, ask a question and then answer. Okay. Now let's see if that works. I have no idea. I'm not used to doing this. Answers will appear as chat messages. Is that orange? I was looking for orange because it's supposed to orange. Or we don't want white because it's Halloween and it will not show up in the chat. Okay. There we go. It should start now. Let's see if you guys see what I put in there. If everyone can see that. What's your favorite gemstone? Okay, her screen's back up here, folks. She's still spinning. I'm so sorry. I have to do some clay rolling here too also. I'm getting this rolled out. This is polymer clay. It is also two different types of polymer clay. It is a white polymer with a pearlescent polymer. I started to do some of these earlier. See, Launch, you know what that is. You just missed it like I did. It's the CMD E323 EEE DOS. Okay, I got you. That's awesome. So, Dorothy, are you still here? Don't forget, folks, to tell me what your favorite gemstone is and type your, I guess, your answer into the chat. Everything's opening but what I want to open, of course. That's always the case. Okay, so while I'm getting this clay softened up a little bit, and I'll tell you the truth, I'm surprised because it seems warmer in my place than it does, like, let's just say it seems warmer in here than it does outside, which surprises me. So we're just going to cut up some of this clay here so I can soften it up a little bit. It makes it a little easier for me to work with. Use a smaller razor here. Where is my smaller razor? This one I'll do. Wow. Hopefully this will let me chop this up small enough to get it soft. So Launch is here to keep an eye out, to make sure we all behave ourselves. So again, I'm Organic Silver Moon Designs. I'm a jewelry and a canvas artist. I've just been doing some polymer clay beads and stuff, and we're going to be using a Sculpey. And turn my other light back on here. It went out with the computer here because it's plugged into it. Let me try that one. Anyway, this is called a hollow bead shell. It's not for painting. I guess you could use it for that side if you wanted, but it's meant to make hollow polymer clay beads. And it's made by Sculpey. And I will try to remember, I don't think I remember the last time, but I'll try to remember to put this down in the chat part. You probably could find it. I'm guessing you could find this on Amazon. I'm not sponsored by them. And I'm turning around because I can't see anything. Nobody voted. Dee, are you still here? I know Launch is still here, but he is riding right now. So if you just speak up and say hello again, that'd be great. While I'm still working on all this other stuff that shouldn't even be. Sorry about that. But it was only for a second. So Mr. Jangles will keep you company here while I'm still trying to get Betsy up here on the side. Next time I will have my new computer hooked up, hopefully with no problems. I don't like making promises and then they don't come true. But as I said, I thought I would. Even in my video, I said I thought I would have it up by Friday, but that didn't happen. So we're just chopping up some polymer clay here, folks, and we're going to make some half hollow beads, which you can make anywhere from the size of, I'd say, I don't know what size this last end one is, but this is more like a quarter, half a dollar, another half a dollar, and a dollar piece. That's maybe a nickel, the size of a nickel, maybe a little bigger, a nickel coin. And we're going to make the hollow beads on that, which they should be rather interesting. And then we will bake them over there in that polymer clay oven. And then we will take them out and put them down here. I don't know where you can see that. That is a UV oven. And we will use UV resin to coat them to finish up. Whoa. As you can see, my computer is still taking forever. And it never takes this long to load up. So I'm thinking that somehow, even as much money as I pay for the internet every month, that this thing is still slow. I'm going to try that instead on my screen and see if that turns on. So your favorite gemstone's bloodstone? I wonder why, because it says it was up there. It says, because I put it in there and I put answer. Let me push answer again. That's really weird. Yeah, it's on the screen and you guys can't see it. So a bloodstone where I come from is an illegal diamond, and I'm not from there. I'm from the U.S., but that's what a bloodstone is. It's an illegal diamond. Though there may be other types, but I've never heard it called that before, but I do know that they used to call bloodstones diamonds. They were, the bad people used to bring them into the country years ago. Okay, and I'm still working on this clay, getting it softened so that we can make some half polymer bead. These are like a shell bead, but they're not shell, they're polymer. And we're going to try to make some mummies and maybe a pumpkin. I don't know if I can do a bat bead. I guess I can make a white bead with black wings on it. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your kindness and your understanding and welcoming. I'm hoping we're going to have lots of fun. I guess I could have brought my other small tablet in here, which we can't even look at that either, other than I can play stuff on it. And I don't know why it's the way it is either, and it's not that old. Okay. And of course, it always sticks to the roller. Just a second here. 1 second, please. See if I can get this. I don't have that in here. So where is everybody from? If you speak up, I'll try to take a look and see where everybody's from. This is not old clay, by the way, either. This is just because it is extremely cool on this, where the air's been coming through in the studio here through the window. So it makes the clay kind of clump up and get hard. So, Dorothy, did you type in your favorite gemstone? I'm doing this because it's the easiest way to do this. Get it to mush down here. I was hoping to soften up more clay than I had there. I had softened that other up before you came in here, folks. I'm just going to let that be. And we're going to start with the first hollow shell bead. And then from there, we'll add to it. So my hand will press it down. So, try to make it where you can see what I'm doing. Alright, and now I'm going to use one of these ball tools. You just use that to smooth out your clay when you're doing it. Kind of takes out like all the finger marks and hand marks. Really helps. Use a small or a larger one. You can also use these to make eyeballs and mouths and everything else, depending on what you're going to do. I'm just trying to smooth it out a little. And this color is exact and is intentional with the silver, white, and gray lines through it. Because it is Halloween, so anything from a ghost to a small skull. Okay. I'm looking back over here because I can't see anything. Well, it looks like we have 2 and 2, so that means me and you. Maybe I lost them when my thing hung up before, and it did. It actually shut down. But that was because, how do I get this to do this? There we go. I just have to do it this way. Maybe it's not functioning like it should. This is a YouTube thing, not a me thing. This thing asking you which ones you want was right in the middle of the screen. So I have no idea why it's acting like that. So we're almost there. My screen is loading slow, and it's asking me to verify myself again, which is just complete insanity. So anybody that knows me knows my real email and all that, and it's out there anyway for you. Okay. Second. Sorry, I have to shine you to the ceiling while I do the passcode. Thank you for your patience. And we have some really cool beads here I'm going to show you too. And I'm hoping this time it's going to let me get signed into the channel so that I don't have to keep pulling you guys away from what I'm going to actually be doing in order to talk to you. And unfortunately, it's taken a minute for this to load. It says Google noticed suspicious activity in your account that came from this device. Review your account activity and make sure no one else has access. Oh my Lord. Now I just got to do that to satisfy them and get out of it. What are they? What is it? Lockdown Fort Knox on your computers now? No wonder people are paranoid. Oh, somebody got on my computer. And they did it to themselves. I can tell you that right now. I am the most guilty of that. It's weird because my face is here. And it says I'm signed out. Really? Of the computer? I'm telling you. This is a tube issue, not me. Sorry, folks. Give me a second. I am working on this. Thank you for your patience. There I am. Why isn't it working? Can't sign in. This account is already being used on this computer by Lydia L. I guess it is. So I'll switch to Lydia L. That's how Fort Knox's thing is. Oh my Lord. Sorry to put you guys on the ceiling. I guess I should have put you over here where my clay is. Oh my Lord. No, don't restore it. Just let me get there again without all this. What is going on here? Okay. Sorry, folks. It's going slow. Slower than I anticipated. And hopefully Dorothy's sitting outside because I know she's got a 1-2 habit. And I know that it might be hard sitting in front of the thing without a break. It says I'm live right here, so why won't it let me access it? Come on, Darn it, it's slow. I'm impatient too because I expect it to move. And that's what I want it to do, is move, move, move when I need it to move right away. There we go. There I am. It says there are 4 people watching, which I am so grateful, considering all the trouble and the momentarily delayed. Okay, so I've got to turn my sound down here so I don't hear myself duel. Let's see if I can put this on theater mode and then get it to show me the chat. Well, I got 2 thumbs up, even though it's locked. I mean, this is really how it's acting. It's really slow. Look. Okay. We have chat. No, and it's going to be slow. Why is it doing this? Come on, I don't want to know what the S&P stocks are. I can't even afford that. Well, I don't want to know what they are. All right. Now I can see what you type. It may delay a little bit, so let me get you over here where you should be on the clay. Let's see if it comes on the way I think it should. Trying to see what's the best angle for this. Try it this way. So these are called ball stylus, by the way. And you just use these to smooth out whatever you're doing, or to make indentations also. And we're working on polymer clay Halloweeny beads. And they are meant to be this off color that I have going on here. So I'm going to cut off the edges around this bead. Sorry, my hands are right in the way. I apologize. We do have Mr. Bojangles here with us, which you should be able to see what I'm doing, not what he looks like, but we'll do that too if I can get it in there again. Hi, Dorothy. Thank you for saying hello again. I appreciate that. How are you doing tonight? Well, you know what they say. Anything that will go wrong will definitely go wrong during the live. I'm trying to get this. If you've got earphones in or something, you might want to turn them down while I'm doing this. So where is everybody from? Thank you. I appreciate that, Dorothy. I really do. It just, hopefully I'll get that other system set up on the next one and we won't have to worry about all this, and it'll be much more easy to access it than what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and make these half shell clay beads, and I'm going to go ahead and put on more than one. That way I can work on more than one at one time, which you can do also. They're fairly easy to make. And this makes it even easier, having the Sculpey mold. I'm pretty sure these molds are still available, but don't quote me. I've had this one for a couple of years. So we're going to cut this in half because I'm going to make one here and one here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, like 2, 4, 6, something like that. So that one there. You just roll your ball of clay in your hand till you get it into a ball, and then cut it in two like I did for the smaller beads. As you can see, I nicked my finger. I was doing some wire wrapping earlier, but these will be wire wrapped too, by the way. But we're just going to work on getting the beads done tonight. So where's everybody from? I know there's always a comedian in there. Launch is a character, okay? Hey, Dee, you are a moderator. Did you know that? I must have made it on you the last time you were in here. I mean, Dorothy. Sorry. It's hard after all these years to call you formal. Okay. So I'm actually going to take this half of the ball of clay I made. And as you can see, it has all these little gray lines in it and stuff. This is great for making little baby skulls out of too. I'm going to take half of that and roll it up for this smaller half shell bead. And it takes 20 to 25 minutes at 275 to bake most polymer clay, but I do advise you to read the packages because like this clay here is not polymer, this is Kato, and it says it's to be baked at 300 or 150 Celsius for 10 to 30 minutes. Do not exceed 350. I guess not, because you'll burn the clay. On any clay, you'll burn it if you get that high up. So do you, Dorothy, will you have trick-or-treaters out there where you are for Halloween? Trying to get this bead shaped around this half shell mold. I don't know who showed up and who didn't, but the live went down and I had nothing to do with that. Strictly all the tube. Slow computer loading up? Yes. The shutting down? No, that was the tube. As I call it, YouTube. Okay. And I thought we'd give these sort of maybe a Halloween steampunk look. And so to make the little, we're going to make some little teeny balls here of clay. I'm thinking about you, Launch, when I say that. Hey, Walk in the Rain, thanks for showing up. It's another calamity here tonight. I was supposed to get my desktop set up tonight, Walk in the Rain, so that I wouldn't have all these issues, but that didn't happen, including when I went to hook up, not being able to go live yet, and I could tell how slow everything was running, and I actually have a pretty good internet connection, so I don't know what was causing that. So I'm rolling these little teeny balls of clay here. We're going to put them around the beads, just like that. They look like little smushies. We're going to use this as a professional other crafter taught me. Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Walk in the Rain, I did not want to have to purchase another one, to be honest with you. But I don't know about you, but the laptop that I'm using right now to see my chat on with you guys, okay, they said it cannot. And let me repeat, they said it cannot be updated. And that, from my understanding, between October 7th and October the 25th, they're going to stop giving any updates to Windows 10 or any of those. So that should be interesting, because I know there are a lot of people that just can't afford to go out and buy a new computer just because all of a sudden the operating system. So I personally think that, as big as Microsoft is, that they should be able to, and by the way, I'm just putting these little round bumps on this, and then we're going to hit them with the screwdriver so they have a little bit of a steampunk look to them. I think they shouldn't do that. I think they should continue to at least protect the users that spent the money on to buy their, that spent the money to buy their computers. Because not everybody can go out and just whip out the more money. Or, I'm not sure about the ones that do get updated. Is it as cheap as it used to be, or is it really expensive? So I'm continuing to put these little bumps here on the side, and then we're going to add the screwdriver to it to give it that steampunk look. Yeah, both of my computers, Windows 10, Windows Vista, Windows XP, none of those. And I've got a friend that's worse off than me, and she's retired Navy, and she's not real computer savvy, so my heart goes out to her. I'm out either, but then again, okay, we're just making little indents here. It's going to look like a spaceship alien landed for Halloween. Get my leg down here out of the way. Yeah, and there are not too many people that can afford to update their computers, let alone buy a new one. Because mine, I started getting notices. I don't know, did you guys get any notices on your computers that said you need to buy a new one, that you can't update it? So I talked to them at HP, and they go, oh, well. And then I said, what about my memory? And she said, well, you can load up to 32 gigs memory. But if they're not going to protect you, like they're not going to, Windows is not going to give like the Windows security that some people use. Instead of using a virus protector, a regular one, you'll no longer get those updates. So if there are any new viruses and you don't know it, then you're probably going to get hit. That's a terrible thing. That's called, like, sorry, I forgot to have my hand up here where you could see what I was doing. Just rolling these into little balls, balls of clay. I keep making that clear. I think that one I got to make smaller, because this other bead is much smaller. I wish I don't have a smaller screwdriver right now to do this, so. Oops. That's even smaller than that, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I bought it. I did a voiceover video, which wasn't great, showing the new computer and thinking I was going to get it on tonight, and that didn't happen. But when I do get it up and running, it's just a bare bones Pro Walk in the Rain. So it's Windows Pro. It is not a gamer computer, nor is it, you know, I don't know what the video's like on it or anything. I just know it's a Pro 11. And since I've never used Windows 11, launch assures me that it is basically the same as Windows 10. Only it's 11. And he seems to think it's more easy, I think, to navigate than 10 is. So I don't know. I started out when it was Windows 95 and before, when they still had those funny little gray screens everybody sees with the gray buttons. And you could actually design buttons for your website like that, because that's what was in style. So we're just doing this, making these little, it's going to look like an alien. It's a steampunk ghost aliens. That's it. That's what it is. What's your weather like out there in Iowa, Walking the Rain? I mean, it was hot in here earlier. I definitely understand where Vaughn's coming from, because it was freaking hot in here. That's why I have my windows open. And then when I have my windows open, it's cooler outside now. It made the clay get stiff and hard. These look like little chicken feet. It's supposed to be a little steampunk. I need a smaller Phillips. That's what it is. But that's okay. This will do. Okay. CRT. I know what that is. Yeah, so you know. It's either too hot or too cold, and it can't, I don't know. Like, I'm not used to this weather here. I am from East Coast, Virginia. So I'm not from this area. And I remember when I used to watch Vaughn Walk in the Rain when I lived there, and it was an hour's time difference. I'm not sure. Now it's just the opposite. Instead of me, it's her. She's like, there's a difference still, but it went back to the other. But when I was in Florida, we were on the same time zone. Really weird. You just use these screwdrivers to make your little steampunk screws. So we'll just call these alien ghost. By the way, I was asking everybody walking the rain what their favorite gemstone is. Launch said his was bloodstone. I've heard of that, but I've also heard the term bloodstone as diamond, meaning blood diamonds, they called them. That's because in the day they were smuggling them into other countries and stuff. It must be a really beautiful diamond. I've never seen one in real life. I know what a Huckmore diamond is, and I have a few in my stuff with my crystals and stuff, and they're pretty. They're not as expensive as they used to be, but they are an expensive gemstone. Okay. We're just getting all these, we'll just call these witches' warts with what? A steampunk twist. In fact, that's a good idea. We can do a witch's hat too on this half bead. You're so nice to stop by Walking the Rain, because I know you were in the other live with Vaughn earlier tonight. So, see, I don't know anything about Iowa. This up, and we're just doing this to the little balls. They don't have to be perfect. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get one on this side, because these are so close right here, like this. Push that back just a little further. I'm hoping that once they bake, they don't stick, because I do have some cornstarch, but I didn't bring it in. I was so worried about everything else not working right. Yes, exactly, Walk in the Rain. African Blood Diamond, thank you. Uh-huh. Well, there's a dragon's bloodstone too. And I do know what that is. So, and I love that too. It's really pretty. I don't think I have any of those, though I do have a lot of different gemstones. And I will show you something. I was laughing because I was saying in that live, I was saying you can, if you've ordered from the ring, you can get these. And I'm not sure, you may be able to get them without that, just to let you know. Hi, Luna, Hellhound. Nice to see you. Anyway, you should be able to order these maybe without it. You can actually go to Chainmail Joe, even though we're not doing chainmail tonight, though I have done it in some of mine. And they'll send you these. In fact, I asked them to send me 2 of them because I lost my cards. Yeah, well, it's about the only way you can tell what size your jump rings are. And I order from Chainmail Joe too. So, like this bag, this is how I've been doing it long enough. With her too, long enough. So these are 16 gauge, 1/4 inch diameter, and my bag busted. And this bag is breaking because these are, I mean, their stuff is made really well. And it doesn't like plastic bags. But I've had this for a while. I had like 4 bags of these, and there's like about 2,000, 3,000 jump rings in here. Your phone went dead, huh? Did you charge it back up? In fact, don't say that. Don't scare me because my phone's been having a charging issue. I just ordered a new charger. And you're making me check mine. No, we're still at 100%. I'm safe, thank goodness. Trying to get this right over on this. Looks like a bunch of white sand over here, these clumps of clay. Awesome. So what are you doing? What type of videos are you making? Yeah, I just leave the charger plugged in on mine most of the time because I have it on 24/7. I'll be buying a new phone too before it's over with. That's awesome, Lona. What type of videos are you making? And do you have a channel already? Are you up on YouTube? Or I'm trying to get this little bead to fit in here, in between these two here, which is, maybe I'm going to have to put it off to the side here or it's not going to work. Oh, cool. That's cool, Lona. And that's awesome. You know, if you're already subscribed to me, if you make a remark on some video where I can find it, because it'll pop up once you make a remark, just say something nice, please. And I'll make sure if I'm not already subbed to you. Are you who I think you are? Do we know each other from TT? So I think your name has changed several times. Okay, so we're going to make another little steampunk impression here, which is like, because steampunk is what? It's all industrious. That's why you use this. We need to, because if you want to go live, Luna, Hellhound, if you want to go live, You have to have 50 subs, because I remember, believe it or not, Walk in the Rain. I was way back when putting on my first live, even though I had been on the tube since 2015. And I was in Vaughn's live, and several of her people, just like you also, supported me and came there and made sure I had enough subs so I could go live. Oh, you decided you're going to have it delivered, huh? Well, that's smart. Thank you so much, Dorothy. You're really kind. I actually do. Doesn't seem like I do, but I do. Now, this bead here, believe it or not, is Halloween, and it hasn't been, what's the word? It hasn't been baked yet, this polymer clay bead. And this is black and red, which are definitely vampire Halloween colors. Doesn't look like much now, but once it gets baked and then it's resin, it'll be pretty cool. Okay. And later, once we get through the polymer clay scenario that I've been doing lately, yeah, I'm trying to get this little box open here. I have more than one of these, but this is one of the boxes. All my boxes are over on a 3-story shelf behind me. These are labradorite. And I'll be wire wrapping some of these, the teardrops and the ovals, and I have bigger ones than these. But if you can see the flash in those, it's one of my favorites. I think it's one of Vaughn's favorites too, but it's one of my favorites. I just love it. It's gorgeous. I don't know, can you guys see that? I can really see the flash in the light, but I don't know if you can. Trying to see if I hold it just right. I don't know. See that? Looks like a metallic-y. It's blue, green, and gold. These are labradorite. Yeah, I love these. I think they're beautiful. They'll make beautiful rings and everything else. Got you a hot glue gun and some mesh and gummies. That's so cool. That is so cool. And you know, when masks were real popular, thank you, Dorothy, in the day, like at Halloween parties. I don't know if you went to my first Halloween one I did here a couple weeks ago, maybe less. I have the thing playing there from the History Channel because I can't get copyrighted for that. And it was showing about the mask, but they were a real thing. And there's places in France and Europe where these people make professional masks for the masquerades. And they can get up into thousands of dollars. Okay, so I got this kind of how I want it. Sort of looks like steampunk spaceships. And then I'm going to put, normally I would make these into a necklace. These are the little evil eyes. Supposed to protect you from the evil eye, I guess, is really what they're supposed to do. And so I'm going to put like that and press it in. Hopefully they will stay. And if you need to, you can use this instead of, in fact, I'll do one of the beads once it bakes. You can use this Sculpey glass glaze, or you can use, I'm trying to reach back here in my stuff, which is in a bag so it doesn't go bad because I've had it so long. Like this one, Mod Podge Gloss Luster. Oops, I'm trying to get it down there where you guys can see it. It looks really bad, but it's not. It's from all the years of crafting and stuff. But you can use this too. And you can get it in smaller bottles too, by the way. And you can buy all this stuff at Amazon if you have no other way. I guess you can buy some of it in Walmart too. It might be cheaper there. Yes, they are glass. Walk in the Rain. I would never put anything in. That's what I was mentioning in my first live. to not use plastic beads because they will melt. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know about Spirit Halloween. I sure do. I used to shop there all the time. Now if I order from them, I have to do it online because there's no Spirit Halloween out here where I am. Sort of looks like what's not. I hate to say it, but this is actually a gloss, a bright gloss, and you can use that instead of putting it in the UV oven if you don't have UV resin. So I'm probably going to put these on the first and the second one. I'm not sure about that one. Sort of trying to 1, 2, like that. I don't know how it's going to look in the end, but it'll look like it has eyes on top of everything else, right? I wish these were even smaller, to tell you the truth, Walk in the Rain. I wish these were tiny glass bead eyes. It would be making me so much happier. So steampunk and the ward off evil eye. Because that's what they are. And people used to believe that too. I thought about that one day too, doing a polymer clay evil eye all in blue and white. Show people how to make them that way. One of the reasons I do polymer clay, I'm not saying polymer clay is cheap, but it's cheaper than a lot of gemstones and everything else. I need to get this part out here. See, it got squished from that eye. Let me try it with this. It squished my steampunk one right here. Well, I'm going to take that off and redo it. And make it a little smaller because I don't know if I can get that to stamp on this as small as it is, but maybe. Oh, wow, Walk in the Rain, because Joann's closed down everywhere. I know, because I couldn't order any more material and stuff. Did you know Vaughn sews too? She's a big sewer. Not just her, I mean, she's into tattering and everything. You look at some of her older videos and go back. I remember when I first started watching her years ago, I thought she was older than me. Not because she looked it, but because of the things she did. She's a big crafter, and she's into all of it, which is cool. That also is why she has many people who are much older following her. Oh, there we go. I got to remember to bring in a smaller screwdriver. And we're going to make that little steampunk. And that's how you do it, too, to make the steampunk look. She is so right. To use a screwdriver, a Phillips head, and then you'll have your little screws. And if you want, you can get real fancy and make little pipes, little steam pipes and all that, and put I have stuff here too, but I don't know where it is, for gears that go inside the clock, because that's really steampunk is that. And it's also the Victorian era, which most people don't know that either. I had somebody argue with me one time, and I thought, I'm not going to argue with you because I already know. All right, another little evil eye there. Could almost make these into Halloween octopus. I'm just not so sure because these are so much smaller, and the other one there, that one's big. Yeah, that's really a neat craft, and it's beautiful. Tattering's beautiful. Penny Dreadful, fun show. Okay. Is that here? Can I get it on the tube? Or... Luna, if I know who you are, if I think I know who you are, you're out there in Dorothy's area. Thank you, Dorothy. Dorothy is a friend of mine. That's why I have to keep watching myself, because I keep calling her by her nickname. And it's a different name when she comes in. I am trying to get these back open, folks. There we go. I use these cute little things to keep everything organized, because my cat also, who was really upset when I came in here, because I have taken her seat. So when I'm not in here crafting or making jewelry, this is her seat. So she thinks. Okay, so we're going to get that one down in there. I'm going to use, you could actually use just about anything if you can't get your fingers in between like I'm trying to do, and just push that in there. I want to push it down rather hard because I want to make sure it stays. I don't want them to fall out when they bake. There we go. The clay is not super deep on these shell type beads, but it's deep enough for me to, or thick enough, I should say, for me to be able to get it if I don't push the bead right off there. Okay. And one there. And see there? Look, it just popped right off. And that's what I mean by hollow shell beads, because this is how they're going to look once they bake. It has that hollow center. Yeah, exactly. I need to get my chair. Right, that star, she's tapping her foot for sure. She was in here. She jumped up on my back, because you can't see that. Not until I get the rest of this room done either. She jumped on my shelves back there and was making the wildcat call, because she did not want me here. So that's my chair. What are you doing there? But she knows. You see how she's not bothering me? She knows she's not supposed to bother me when I'm at this desk working, which is really nice, because I can remember the day when she didn't. But we are also not wire weaving right now. So that's her favorite thing, to catch the wire and try to pull it down there with her on the floor. Okay, so I'm just pressing in these evil eye beads to ward off the evil eye is what they're for. And in the day, when I was showing those other videos, the last Halloween one, if you go and watch it, you'll see me playing the History Channel in the background, telling about all these things, including how the pumpkin and the jack-o'-lantern got started, which was kind of cool information. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 on this one, so I only need 1 more. I guess I'll put it over here. Press down in between those two. That one got smushed really flat. But these, by the way, too, you can bead these and put them on thin wire. They do have, let me see if I can find it. There is a little teeny hole right in there. Trying to hold my finger back so you guys can see this where I'm pointing. You probably can't even see it. It's so small. I'm thinking a 26 to a 28 gauge would fit these, but you can put a wire through them and string them. Make them into earrings, whatever you want. This is just a craft fun project. This is not, I mean, if you want to wear these, I guess some women would wear them, or, you know, for the holiday. So now I'm going to try to get some eyeballs in here. I really wanted to make a skull on here, but that skull has to be made separate and then laid on top of the bead, which is biting off more than I can chew tonight. So I'm going to use the ball stylus, which I have several sizes, and I'm going to give them sunken in eyeballs. on both sides. And then sort of giving them an odd nose, almost a skull type nose. I'm going to use this to make a nose ridge. I know this looks really juvenile. It is a little bit. I knew Luna was going to ask you that because I know where she's from too. She just didn't realize I really do know who she is. Okay, now I'm going to take, I don't think this is the tiniest ball stylus I have, so a little eyeball here, kind of sunken in, a little eyeball here, kind of sunken in. And I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Oops, sorry, my hands were in the way. And do the same thing, make that little nose, so like that, like that. Same thing, like that, like that. Trying to sort of give them a skull nose, even though they're not actually skulls. I was supposed to have made skulls, but it's not going to happen. Oops, I did that way off. Try that again. Sort of to give them the ridge and sort of a teardrop ridge in their nose. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever done half shell beads, so this is how it looks. And then let's see if I can do, I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try for a witch's hat. Get this to fit over here. I may have, yeah. Use a smaller one so the witch's hat can have a brim on it, on the hat. Sorry, my hands are getting in the way of this. So the way you shape it around these type of hollow beads here. This is a Sculpey hollow bead maker. You can make these with two sides, by the way, if you're willing to do it and you want to take the time, because these all match in the side from that. So if you made this one here, you'd make it down here. And this one here, you'd make it, yeah, this one here and this one here. I'll get it in a minute. Then you'd be able to match them up. Thanks, Lunch. You're awesome. I try. I don't know about that, but thank you. I try. Okay, so we're going to try and make this witch's hat. Now, here comes the part that's the most with a witch's hat, because we need to have her brim so it comes up pointed, because that is, in the old days, that's how the witches found their point, the cynical hat. And the brooms, by the way, too. If you watch that other video, that's why I put that in there, because a lot of people don't know this stuff. The brooms also were a way, they actually were to sweep evil out. And they also were to go north, east, and west, and south. A lot of them were like, I don't know, how do you put it? A lot of them were like, not den mothers, but they took care of each other. Like, if I went to your house and your husband was sick, I'd come and fix an herb soup for him or something. That's what they did. Or deliver babies. Okay, now let me see if I can do this. I'm sort of making this like this, and then I'm going to I'm hoping that I'm going to make it into more of a point, so we can have a pointed hat. Pressing it down on my finger. I really don't want it round, I want it pointed, but I've got to get this to come down some. See, I already broke the clay. It needs to be bigger than that. Well, get more clay. You guys, I was trying to get this so that it was more on the beads and not on me. Yeah, not on me. There we go. And I don't know, can you see? I'll move this up so you can see this, because we're working on, this is the brim, and then we're going to put the pointed cone up on top here to make the witch's hat. And it'll look actually pretty good when it's all done. I think so anyway. I hope so. Okay. You know, I think maybe I could roll this out and get it more into a point. I don't think I need wire to make it into a point. So I'm gonna move this over here and roll this out some. I should have brought my rubbing alcohol in here. There's enough clay on here from all the work I've been doing. Let's just build up. So if you have earplugs in or anything and this is loud, turn your sound down temporarily. So it doesn't hurt your ears, the scraping of this. I gotta get it off of here. I need it to roll good. Oops. Whoops, I'm just blowing clay all over myself. Little shreds. It's like Halloween snow, right? Okay. Luckily, my cat only chews wire. She won't eat the clay. Okay. So we're going to take this, press it down. I'm going to try and roll this out almost flat like I did the bead. But I'm going to try to make it into a... When I go to cut it, I'm going to try to cut it in a diamond angle to see if I can get the hat to be that shape. So I'm needing this to roll out some this way, and this way with your roller. Normally rollers don't stick, but mine's had a lot of clay on it, and it's my fault. I can use the end here where it doesn't have all that clay on it. Sorry about that. And you guys can see better too. I'm just flattening this out because we're going to make this into the cone of the hat. And maybe I'm not going to cut it. We're going to try this. It may or may not work. Sorry about that. Oh, okay. Let me try this. There we go. Almost like an ice cream cone, huh? What did I say out loud walking the rain? I don't know what I said. Okay. You can abbreviate it. I don't think it was that bad because I don't say anything that's bad. Stupid, but not bad. Oh, yeah. She doesn't. I mean, she's really bad. Like if I drop chips or something, I got to watch her to make sure she's actually eating a chip, you know? Yeah. Hey, she's like a little kid. You know, they first got to stick it in their mouth and taste it. And if it tastes good, they're going to eat it. Okay, so now I'm going to sort of press that down that way. It looks a little phallic, folks, but that's top of the brim of the hat. So keep your minds out of the gutte. Okay. I may have to add more clay to this to get the lip on the top of the hat. Yeah, and I think that I want to sort of give this a bend. I think it would look better if it had a bend to it, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think? And do you think it should be shorter? It should be more round too, but that's as round as I can get it to get it into a point. Yeah, it'll have plenty of room. I'm just not, let's see. Just not cutting fingers off here tonight. Okay. We need it to have that, what I told you, conical point. That's the whole point of it, that it has the conical point. That is a true, like, witch's hat in the day. They did that to center and focus their thoughts. There's a lot of strange stuff I know that I probably shouldn't know, but I do. The weird things I have studied. And if I have these lives and they're gonna grow, so I will probably ask you, Walk in the Rain, if you don't mind being responsible in the future when I do get bigger. Maybe not yet, but as I grow, to have you in here also as a moderator. See, my best people are in here. Dorothy's in here, Launch is in here, you're in here. Leona? I know who you are. It's like, yeah, so these people, all of you, could actually be moderators. And all I say is just don't throw people out on a whim. And they got to really be being rude. Okay, so I'm going to use my stylus. So I want to use the smaller one, but not too small. And use that to roll up the hat. To roll down the brim to meet the rim of the hat. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Roll down the brim to meet the hat. And I kind of want it to have a little texture. I don't want it to be perfect because it's cloth. The only thing perfect isn't fake. You didn't know what it was. I guess it is a little phallic, though. But we know it's a witch's hat. Make that clear. For Halloween. And I pray that they do not stick to this, because they're definitely, every one of these beads, including this witch's hat, are going to have to cool off. Because I didn't put any starch on the metal beads. And I'm going to have to go out, believe it or not, and get, well, no, I've got it here. I take that back. Oh, because I have also, besides that little black and white bead, check, this is one of the cabs I made, Walk in the Rain and everybody. It's not perfect. It has glips in it. I have prettier ones, but this was a faux turquoise bead with resin, UV resin. Hi from Sydney. Nice to see you here, Walker. Don't be making fun of me. My stuff is really funky, but that's all right. So that's what I was getting ready to do, was going to find some aluminum foil for my tray to bake these beads on it. Thank you so much for being here. If everybody will just give me a thumbs up, that'll really help with the algorithm. I really appreciate it. I really do. And I'm so glad to see you. And yes, Walker is from Australia and also is an artist. And I was watching them the other night. We were trying to get caught up on times and support each other, because usually crack of dawn, it's nighttime for you, isn't it? Am I correct? It's almost nighttime, or it is nighttime? Or am I wrong? I don't know. I'm not sure. Am I wrong? Would you prefer I called you Andrew or Walker? I'm not sure. Or just Art by Me. Wow. And this is something that I'm going to be doing too. Not this. That was a fudge. Get it off. I will be adding to these. I'm sort of like Vaughn when it comes to that. And I'll add some other beads to this. Maybe make it into a pendant. In fact, Luna has a gift for me that I have almost gotten it done, but it's not ready yet. Which is black. It's black. Oh my God, I can't even think of the bead now. It's real gemstone that's black and silver. So this actually is 2 dragons and a red stone. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, here are their heads. It's almost hard for me to see in this light. These are the 2 dragon heads, and they're wrapped around the sword. Oh, okay. So you go by Andrew. Okay, and it's only 12:45 in the afternoon there? Oh my goodness, I wish it was that early here. Oh, I was showing them that. Oh, does this have? No, it doesn't have it in it. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it without knocking everything over. But I also am going to do some of these, which you guys will get to see later. These are sliced agate, and they are real agate. I guess they dyed them. If this is real, I find it hard to believe this color. This may be. And this has sort of a, I can't think of the name of that. Can you think of the name of that in the middle besides Crystal Walk in the Rain? There's another name for it. I don't know if you guys can even see that in the middle, but it's really pretty. It's hard to see. And then this one is real pretty too. And I'll wire wrap these. They need to be washed. This studio is where I moved into. So everything has been in boxes and everything else. Nothing is sacred when you're moving. Okay, now, and normally I work with powders too, so I may put some powder on the witch's head. These are jacquard powders, by the way. I think I might have gotten that brim a little thin there, but it really should have a little belt around the top, but then it's going to look like something from Thanksgiving instead of a witch's hat. When you think about it, that's true. That's what it looks like when you put that belt on it from Thanksgiving. Everybody know about the Indians and us. I can't think of what we was called back then. Yeah, it's the same time here, Dorothy. That's it. Druzy. That's what's in the middle of this. Thank you. God, I hate it when I can't remember stuff. This is like a druzy in the middle of this agate, sliced agate. It's really pretty. It really is. Really gorgeous. I'm trying to get it up there where you guys can even see it. Almost looks like little glass teeth in there. But you got it right. Right on, Walk in the Rain. I know you're going to be a moderator and keep me straight. Okay. So I'm going to lift my camera up just a little bit so you can see. And Andrew, I had everything set up in here before, and it was a real disaster tonight because I was supposed to have my new computer up and everything, and it didn't happen. So we're lucky I'm doing what I'm doing. So there is, let's see, there we go. There's my toaster oven in the background there. And I'm going to let this back down, and it usually goes in for about 275 to 20 minutes. I do 20 because that is a toaster oven and it's more compact with heat. By the way, Walk in the Rain, I think Vaughn makes most of her stuff in the oven. Of course, it does help me too, having this here and not having to walk into the kitchen. And I don't know. They say not to, but a lot of people do. So if it doesn't affect your food and you're not worried, there you go. Okay. So I'm adding a patch in here, sort of, because her brim, I'm saying it's a her. It could be a guy. I don't want anybody to get offended. It could be a guy with a witch's hat. But the brim is too thin. And should be more round, but I don't dare cut anything off or there won't be anything left. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Sorry for my hands getting in the way. Druzy, that's it. And that is beautiful. Druzys are gorgeous. You just got to be careful. Like, I know that's a real agate with druzy in it. But you got to be careful because there's a lot of people that'll tell you they're selling you druzy and it's not the real thing. But I think Vaughn is right about using like Fire Mountain gems. Mostly some of the things on Amazon, they'll usually tell you if it's stainless steel, if it's sterling, you know. I mean, they've got a reputation to uphold too. And you're not going to order from them again, so they wouldn't like that. That's how they make their money. All it take is one or two of us crafting artists out here to start saying, oh, don't buy there. They know that too. They really do. Okay, I'm adding an edge onto this hat. It's going to look like a poor witch. Like she had to have her hat pieced together. But if I don't do it, there's not going to be a brim for this hat or the thing that goes around So I'm adding that to it, a little extra. And these are round, Andrew, these are round half shell beads. This is a Sculpey bead mold, believe it or not. And my clay, for some reason, unless I get it in my hands and really get this clay warm, this clay has plain, inexpensive Sculpey Polymer, or Primo, Sculpey Primo. And then the other one is this one here, which is it's like a pound block. And I know this wasn't cheap. I don't even want to look what it costs now. This is a Sculpey Polymer Pearl. And I mixed the two clays together because I wanted to get that look of gray. And it does. And then, of course, with this, I used this also in the clay, which is jacquard. And this is a silver gray. Well, they're calling it antique. Argent antique. It looks silver gray to me, and that's what it looks like in the beads too, if y'all can see. I'm just sort of turning it this way so you can see it. And see it move, hopefully. Yeah, if I bend it down, it'll look just right. Yeah. I'm trying. It's just real thin down here on the edge around it. We could actually add some beads to this too. And I have glass beads for that, which are these. Normally I use gemstones, but I have glass beads. So every crafter does usually. These are called glass E-beads, and they are 6.0. So I could probably do maybe a few here and go up the hat in some direction of some kind of sort. Had these for a while too. Who knows how much they cost now? Because everything I've got, it's at least 2 years or more. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I'm trying to get this little piece of clay to soften up here that's like a brick. So I'm going to grab another piece and see if that does any better. Yeah, that one seems a little better. Just trying to soften it up. I am so happy to see you here, Andrew. Thank you so much for coming here. Andrew is in Austria. Isn't that cool? That is so cool. And what an accent. I love the accent. Beautiful accent. Okay, I'm fitting this around. Put this over here. I'm fitting this around the back of the hat. And then sort of pulling it up and pushing it in. Using my fingers, of course. And then we're going to push it around like this. I'm going to use this ball stylus. Sort of roll it into there. I told everybody to keep their mind in a good place because it is a little phallic looking. This is, that's why they say for adults only in these channels, so that there's no chance of anything else. Okay, I'm going to kind of work that around that way. I guess I should have brought a little water in here to smooth this out, but usually I have alcohol or something or water. I may have to go do that. I may. I was trying, I don't know. Should I have made that cone bigger? What do you guys say? Say no sale. Are you saying say no sale or sack no sale? Oh, you're having a big yard sale this weekend. And something, oh, Kingmore jewelry. They go fast. What is Kingmore jewelry? You have to tell me, Dorothy. Does anybody know what she's talking about? Kingmore jewelry? I'm sorry I don't have any spooky music or anything on like that. I'm looking back here for some beads. Dag spelling is bad. My jewelry is goose pass. Goes past? Just abbreviate. Most of the stuff I get, look, I type really bad too. As far as in chat, it's really bad all the time. I have typos, so it's no big deal. You don't have to be a scholar, to be a crafter, or even do art. Just have to be yourself. I'm trying. I've got stuff behind the camera you guys can't see that I'm working on reaching. Oh, here we go. Well, this one isn't perfect either. Where are my darn other beads that I want to show you? That is not it. Hold on. I'm going to try to get down here, Rain and everybody. Do you know what Kingmore jewelry is? Walk in the Rain? I love her name. Or his name. Whichever it is. Walk in the Rain. I'm assuming you're a woman. Yeah. You know, a thumbs up, like in the video. Not in the chat, but outside of it when you come into it. Or before you leave. Not in the chat. There's always a jokester. Launch is always a jokester. He knows. He's probably already thumbed it up out there. So I know him. Okay. How do I get this box under here? It is way under my desk. Oh. Try this. I'm going to try this to grab this box that I have. Yeah. See, I don't have any Randy I can call. And Launch doesn't live close enough to come to my house and get this for me. And he would if he did. Okay. Oops. Throwing the light all over. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Yeah. It's the only way I can get to it. I made it. Yay, I made it. Okay. Where is the rest of them? I got the box that has one in it. Of course. Okay. Second here. Oh, and I have lolly beads too. Walk in the Rain knows what I'm talking about. Lolly beads. I guess everybody does, really. Okay. I have lots of moon stuff and moons. Because I'm Organic Silver Moon Designs. That's not it. Sorry guys for making noise. I'm looking for a box and it's really weird because I wanted to really show you those. And it's only because I wanted to show it to you. There you go, Star making a cameo appearance. She is up there. Whew. Okay. Got some moons. Okay, I cannot find, and I know I have them, folks, and I'm sorry. If you look at one of my other videos where it says about doing polymer clay part 1 or 2, it'll show you those beautiful cabochons I have. Star, I need you to get down, baby. Okay, get down. Thank you. All she had to do is see the spray bottle. She moves. Okay. I know. I'm a good mom, but she has to obey. Because if she doesn't, she will just go wild. I had to put my glasses on to see what everybody's saying. Oh, okay. So it's called King? Your jewelry's called King jewelry? Quartz, I know what that is. I have a lot of quartz. That's not what I was looking for. Anyway, this, by the way, I'm going to make something too. This is real lapidus. I know, I'm not sure if everybody knows. Maybe Andrew does. And Walk in the Rain. And most likely Launch. But this is called lapidus. These are lapidus. Like, they're not true drop beads because they're natural. They're in their natural state and then polished, cut, and then drilled. But I think they're gorgeous. So I'll be making some of those. But these, I'm going to actually put them, I'm going to resin them and put them in the oven. They're cobalt blue beads, and they are hard as a rock. They are made out of polymer clay. And I actually did that when I was doing Skinner blends. I made this color. That's why I need to find my other stuff because it's not here. And then of course these, because like I said, I love any kind of moons. I have labradorite moons too, but these are made out of mother of pearl, and then they colored them, which I think they're pretty. I have plain white ones too. Thank you, Andrew. I really appreciate that. I am so grateful you're here. And of course, there's so many other things that I want to do that I haven't done. Like I want to work with some of these. If I can find. I don't know where they are. Of course, when I want to find something, I can't find it. So, but I'll be doing also some more resin stuff, like in these too. I have molds also, but I have these in copper, silver, and pewter. And you can put anything you want in them, and the resin, and then let it sit for 24 hours on 2-part. I think I was telling you the other night or last night that I was telling Lana in your live too, she's your mediator, that I couldn't do UV resin and add anything, any inclusions or powder, because it sets up before I even get it under the UV light to harden it. So, and I love these keys too. I'm a big kid. I like anything Chamo or anything else. And this reminds me, this one, I thought I need to do something like a theme for Alice in Wonderland, you know? Can you see Star? Did she jump up so you could see her? Let's see if I can get her up there on you. Tell me when you see her. We're getting there. There she is. She is my manager. She controls the craft room and the in and out. Star, look this way. Star, look. Look at mommy. She's got that look where she's just like, really, you want me to look at you? That's her guardian table, like a Gorgal. You know? She's my cat Gorgal. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Andrew. I love her. Thank you, Walk in the Rain. She is pretty. And she's adopted. She's from Panama City, Florida. She was from 9 Lives Rescue. And I've had her since, well, she was my Christmas gift. Let me put it to you that way. I got her like around December 22nd of 2022. Talk about a coincidence. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's 3.5, 4 years old. But she's spoiled rotten. And I remember thinking, walking the rain with her and Andrew and everybody, she has this little black spot on her cheek. And then on her lip, you can't see it. It's on the other side. If you see something dark towards the bottom of her lip, it's her coloring. And I remember getting her thinking something had happened, that she had gotten hurt. She said, "You are so silly, Mom. Can't you see my evil eyes? You have got my bed." This is where she sleeps all the time. She leaves me and comes in here to sleep. If you guys can see my gray hair, which you probably can't, hopefully you can still see her while I'm doing this. I'm trying to find... Nope. Is that one of them? Oh, Lord, I got lucky. No, that's not one of them. Anyway, that's a couple of Tiger Eye Bees and Malachite teardrop in there. Trying to hold it up here. Oops, I'll do that instead. I don't know. Can you guys even see that? I don't even know. I'm trying to look at my camera's delayed on the laptop. So those are Tiger Eye Bees. And that green one there is Malachite, that teardrop. But you can't see it for all the junk rings. Those are from Chainmail Joe, by the way. There we go. That's green Malachite. That's really pretty. It's really pretty gemstone. See, look. She got some attention, right? There's a box under my table. See there? Uh-huh. They see you, Star. You're live on YouTube. She said, "I am picking through inventory. Now let me see what's next here." She said, "I will help you." Uh-huh. She'll help me all right. Now, I am not mean, but I can't control her otherwise. She's pretty smart. See that? She just ran. You know why? Because it doesn't have cleaner spray in it, by the way. It has water in it. So when I'm doing, in fact, I forgot about that. It has water in it. I could use it instead of spraying it on her. To keep her calm and to make her do what I ask. Go on now. Be a good girl. It's not cruelty. I don't believe in hitting animals. So that's why I use the water. That's a better way to train. I think it is. Because you hit an animal and you're upset, you don't realize that maybe you're hitting them way too hard and you could be hurting them. Okay, there we go. Well, that helps some. We're almost there, folks, and I'm going to get these in the oven. Like I said, about 250, 275 for 20, 25 minutes. I do it for about 20 at the max because, first of all, the clay's not that thick. And this is going in a toaster oven, which means it's 10 times hotter in a compact area than it is in a regular oven. So definitely don't want to burn it. And then we're going to put the tinfoil over top of it. Oh, and you can see this one. This one's not too bad. It's not one of my better pieces of faux. I did faux, blah, blah, blah. I'll get it out in a minute. It's illegal now to buy it. It's from the ocean. I do have some small beads of it. I'll get it out in a minute. This is supposed to be faux coral, faux coral. It's supposed to be. Imagine if I had a real piece like this. It'd be $2,000 or $3,000, maybe $5,000 now. And it's illegal to have red coral, but it's not. See the fake back? I haven't done the back yet. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, Launch subscribed to you. Yeah. Awesome art. Lots of fun. And what's that show you play in the background all the time? Andrew? Thank you for saying she's beautiful. Okay, so guys, I don't have much choice in this powder. I don't think any of my powder, even if I could look for the other, is black. To make the witch's hat black. I got a copper here, a blue, sort of a purple. That looks pink. That's a light blue, and then I have this gray. Maybe I'll just paint it, because I have plenty of paints over here hiding back here that you guys can't even see. Like Key West matte. They're all of them are acrylic. That's what I paint with too. Jasco. Okay. Gesso. You're talking about gesso. Is that right, Andrew? Is that what you're saying, gesso? Okay, so we're going to, how am I going to do this? We're going to put some beads on the bottom of her hat. But it could be a man's hat, so don't anybody take offense if you're a male witch. These are glass beads, by the way. I do not recommend plastic. They will melt, which is what I told everybody in the last live walk in the rain. Don't use plastic beads, whatever you do. Actually, these are really pretty. I guess they'll have to do for Halloween, huh? It's all I got at hand. They're kind of really shiny. Shinies. They're shinies. They're shinies. And only Walk in the Rain knows what I'm talking about, that she can laugh about that. We got shinies here. Okay. And put one there. I'm going to try to get this over. I don't know how much closer I can pull this arm. Oh, no, it's got to go back this way. Star, you know you're not supposed to be over here, baby. She just ran because I said that. She's smart. I said, I'm leaving. You don't have to spray me once. Okay, so I'm just sort of pressing that down in there. And I'm trying, even though the hole will show, I'm trying to make it so it won't show as much. But it's got to go down in there. There we go, like that. Looks like eyeballs, doesn't it? But it's going all the way around the brim of the hat. Oh, okay. Wow, all right. I definitely would like that. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting these around her hat. I don't know how many. I'm not too sure about the green. I want to use mainly the blue and purple because they're darker. Okay, on there. I know it's really phallic looking, but It's a witch's hat. What can I say? There we go. Actually, I'm surprised it's standing, and I hope that when it bakes, it doesn't fall over. Because it's hollow in the middle, Andrew and everybody. There's nothing in there to hold it up. Usually I use a piece of tinfoil or something if I'm going to do a sculpt of any kind. Okay. And I made this one too. This is out of polymer clay, but it got really messed up. I got to show you my better ones. The red one wasn't so bad, but I've got some really nice looking ones that don't look so bad. Oh, here we go. Here's an example. Because Launch was in that live, and you might have been on that live too, Walk in the Rain. And I want to tell you something. Star has had her way with a couple pieces of my jewelry. But these, by the way, are malachite beads. Those are sterling jump rings, and then the other is oh my lord, parawire, where I put the beads on to make chain links. And these are real malachite, but this is the faux turquoise that I wire wrapped and then used this to make as its, I can't even think. Anyway, you get the idea. So you can see what a piece of, this is fake polymer with real gemstones and a silver chain. And it's not plastic, it is polymer clay, and it's been resin and then wire wrapped. So I thought it was pretty. The chain is real delicate, but it's real sturdy. It's sort of that chain like Vaughn was talking about, Walk in the Rain. Real sturdy though. So what do you think of the faux turquoise? Yeah, I thought it went together really well. Putting the malachite beads with that. And those are like a 4. Those beads are a 4. A 6 would be much bigger than that. Those are number 4 malachite beads. I have bigger ones. They're actually gorgeous, and they're I don't even know how much these are now, but they are not cheap. These are real lapidus gemstones. In fact, I remember, just so you know, Walk in the Rain, because she knows who Vaughn is. She's another creator out here on YouTube. Amazing. I started watching her way back before 2016. And she's the one that really got me into wire wrapping. I was doing all the hand hammering and the painting and all that. So. All right, Kelly, I didn't even know you were in here. There's your thing. Morning. Oh, my goodness. Hello. How are you? We're just doing some funky little Halloween stuff. The little witch's hat here with some beads in it. Some evil eyes and a little bit of steampunk going on there and some ghost beads. Just something simple. It looks like I'm about 3 years old. See, I told you, all these people, my friends, if I get to meet everybody. Kelly's in Arizona. Walk in the Rain is in Ohio. Dorothy is out in whatever she said. I think it's in Kentucky. I'm so sorry you were sick, Kelly. I really am. Yes, Iowa. Maybe one day I'll get to meet everybody. Of course, we all hook up and go to Vaughn's live unless I have one. I mean, out in the country. That won't happen until I have some more money. That would be nice. Okay, so I'm going to put these beads in. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to put these beads, I'm going to resin these beads with the UV resin, which I've got to find. The star may have helped us lose everything too. And then again, I may be blaming her for something she didn't do. There we go. Here's what I use. When I don't use 2-part, I use the UV hard resin, and it is this brand, it's Jap brand. So you can buy this at Temu, but you can also buy it on Amazon. And I'm not sponsored by either one. But this is a UV hard resin, and I don't know. This is how many grams? It's 100 grams. I mean, it's not super expensive, but I wouldn't say it's super cheap either, especially if you use a big amount of it. And I bought another. It's in another box. It's out in my living room of the UV resin, because I do use quite a bit of it. Okay, so we're going to get ready. I need to get one more bead for this, though. What do I do with those glass beads? These are made in China, but these are copper and they're pretty. I like them. They're actually from Fire Mountain Gems, believe it or not. Okay. My cat hears the beads and thinks it's something to eat. Let's resin allegedly has really low to no VOCs. Wow. This really doesn't smell that bad, Kelly. I mean, I would tell you, I am like anything affects my breathing. That's why I went from oil painting to acrylic, because I can't take the cleaner. These are the beads I'm using around the hat. They're glass beads. They're glass E-beads 6.0. I said to them I didn't know how expensive they are now, because I've had these for about 2 years. Okay, so we're going to use another dark purpley blue bead here to go in her hat. I wonder if I need another one there. Like, I think we can't put a rim on it, Kelly. Well, they are likely a lot more pricey. Sounds like treats to start. Yeah. I have 2-part resin, art resin, and then the other one. I noticed there later on that, because she was doing some resin there. I mean, Vaughn did big resin. She's the one that got me going on resin, making resin polymer clay caps. Yep. And she made them big time, didn't she, Kelly? I don't know if you were around walking the rain then. I mean, she had tables full of them on strips of tape. Like, she'd do like 100, 200. Yeah. It's the witch's hat rim. It's her rim to her hat. I know it's kind of phallic. I didn't have any, like, these aren't even small enough, these here. Because if I did, I would have gone up here and done maybe like a star or an S. But none of these beads are small enough. So, but I might. You know what? Do I have? What do I do with that little razor I have? Or I don't know if I can do this on clay. I'll try. Wow. This might be a problem. Okay. I'm going to roll that out. There's no way I can do a pentagram. I could do it freehand, though. But not on here. But I will do... Sorry, my hands are in the way. I will do like... a star? Some type? A funky star? I don't know what she's in there doing, but she shouldn't be. I know that. Sorry, I was trying to do a small moon. Hear her crying in the background like a banshee. Okay, there's a little moon there and a funky star on the top. If anybody can see that. Can you even see the moon or the star? Probably not very well. And it looks backwards. What is it with everything backwards? Yes, feel better, Kelly. I'm so sorry you're sick. Go get some sleep. And thank you so much for stopping in. Just do me a big favor, Kelly. Will you hit the thumbs up on your way out? I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And the rim is her hat down here on the bottom. I was so happy to have you in here. I'm sorry you're sick. Please get well. Please, please, please get well, Kelly. We all love you and care about you. Yeah, so. Yeah, I don't know what it is because it never is. It usually shows correctly, and I don't know what it is. So. Okay, so here's what we're getting ready to do. Happy Jolly Charlie over here, sitting here watching us, dimming me for not making my star and hat correctly. Okay, so we're going to go over there and put everything in the oven. I'm going to move this up. So hopefully Andrew and everybody can see this, and Dorothy and Launch, and of course you, Rain. And Kelly's gone out because she's sick. Thank you so much for coming in, Kelly. I love you, girl. Please feel better. That's all that counts. Yeah. I just got to be able to get out of this chair. Oh. Okay, and I'm going to walk all the way around my table so that I can get to the other side. Oh, and by the way, because you guys can't see everything, some of these were some of my first rings, but one of these isn't. It's one that's selling up on Etsy. And it's a pink green moss tree agate in silver. I'll get it over here in a minute. I have it for 50. It's supposed to be 150, but I just figured nobody could afford it. It's a dinner ring. I thought it came out really pretty. I don't know if you can see it, but it was a really hard moss agate stone. It has shades of pink and green in it. It was really hard to wrap. And the light drowns out the colors because it is really pretty. Sort of like a dinner ring. So. And this is a piece of green agate, like green agate. And wire wrap too, hard to wrap, Very odd stone. I just thought it was really pretty, so I wrapped it. It needs to be polished because it is silver. And these are real gemstones. It's hard because that light is like blinding out the colors of everything. That one light I have. Oh well, I have other rings too, but those two I really love. Yeah, you starting trouble, aren't you, walking around? Yep, and you know, you got to see this. My house is a mess. Please forgive me, especially the studio. But I'm going to show you this anyway. Get back far enough. See her? She's on my 3-step ladder back there. She's watching me. She's waiting for me to end the live so she can have her chair. But she knows better than to get there, Rain. Okay, so I'm going to put you back over here. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Right on the oven. Now I'm going to walk around the table. And now everybody gets to see where she is. She's guarding the chair, okay, Rain? I said, I know I'm going to get the chair back. He said, you give me a minute and I'll be in it. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to take this. I normally don't wear glasses when I walk either. We're going to put this in here. We're going to use this tray that I just showed you guys a moment ago. Since both of these are metal, I'm putting metal on metal, but we're going to make a tent to protect the beads. Okay, for the witch's hat and for the other end. And this is how you do it, or otherwise your polymer clay will probably burn, even in a regular oven. Okay, and we're going to set this on the timer. I'll set it on bake down here, and I will set the timer. I'm going to do about 25 minutes at the most, and I'll check it at 20 minutes. Oops. I've got to push that back in there because it's getting caught on where I'm sliding it in. Come on now. Just make this look easy. Okay, then you close your door. Oops, not all the way in. But always put a tinfoil over your stuff because I swear to you, it will burn. Especially if you're using the toaster oven. And then I'm going to walk on this side because I have to plug this in. I don't leave it plugged in. Okay. Pull it down just a little ways. A little ways more. Like that. There we go. Excuse me, I have asthma and emphysema. Okay. Star, you know you're not supposed to be up here. Get down. So I'm not allowed to do anything. Okay, so I'm going to turn this. Oops, to bake. I need to make a white mark there. And then I'm going to turn it to 20 minutes. I'm going to start with 20 minutes. And you watch. This will get red like a hot fire. It really will get red like a hot fire. Since I have 2 sets of this jacquard powder I was showing you, and it shows you all the colors it shifts to. That's what it looks like. They're out of the case, but it comes with 12 of them. The set includes 12. When I bought these were like 25 bucks. And I have 2 sets of them. The other pack is packed away. Can you see that red oven? See how hot it gets? Ooh. Come on, Star, move. Move, baby. Move. Wow. Okay. I was trying to look for my other ones I wanted to show you guys. I guess I'm not going to be able to show them to you. I was hoping I would. I thought I would. Yes, I would. Okay. And I do alcohol inks too with my clays, as well as other things. I do painting with them too. Wow. So I put it on 20 minutes, guys, so hopefully it won't take that long. Yeah, she's pretty good walking the rain. She really is. And I have silver, brushed silver, and blue, all different styles and sizes. Look, dragon scales. And all from where? The Ring Lord. They're from the Ring Lord. I don't know if you can see that or not. Everything is backwards tonight. I wonder if we got a camera setting wrong, because it's not usually backwards when I film. Launch, are you still with us? Dorothy, are you still here? Everybody give a shout out and let me know you're still here. And don't forget to just go out and hit that thumbs up. It really does help the algorithm. And it shows them that you're coming to my lives, which really helps too. And by the way, Walk in the Rain, we had somebody come in here. Were you in here? When they said how awful a setup I had. And I said, really? Thank you. I'm waiting. That's why I showed you guys the glowing oven. Let's see here. I can't believe it's almost midnight. I'll take some of that too while you're there walking the rain. I don't know if I should show this. I'm not supposed to drink these because I have heart problems. But here it is. Yeah, and it's not an advertisement. I am not sponsored by them. I just thought I'd get it in and out real quick. That's my coffee when I can't have it. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. And really, I have tons of these beads that I made a while back, and they're really actually very pretty. And I'm trying to think. I think these are an 8 or a 10. And I can find out real quick. Hold on. They're cobalt blue. Remember that the other night I was saying cobalt blue to you, Andrew? I hear you. Okay. let's see here. That's why I have that by there too, because the window's open. And the other goes out there. We don't want to set off my fire alarm in my apartment. That would not be good. Oh, I was cooking polymer clay. Really? Oh, darn. I could have baked this. This is supposed to be a little black snake. A snake bead. That would have gone right along with that, wouldn't it? Yeah. Little black snake bead for Halloween. Oh, well. Those are in there now. And I do, really, I do. I had to buy myself a micro torch. The place I lived a long time ago, the person thought they could use my micro torch to put on their trailer. And I told them they couldn't. And they decided, Andrew, they needed it worse than me. So when I left, it was gone out of my stuff. So I bought a new one at Fire Mountain Gyms because I do hammer and torch work. You wait. People are going to get to see my hammer and torch work, my jewelry that I do like that. It's not just wire wrapping. I'll get there one day. I hope. Oh, here's some. I'll show you these because these are pretty. I made them. They're funky little doodads. I need to. I'm not sure how hot my UV light gets. I know it gets pretty warm. These, by the way, these little stones right here, they are real gemstones. One is rose quartz, and the other one is moonstone. And then these are baby dragon scales, purple baby dragon scales, and they make some pretty earrings and different things for dangly. I'm trying to make sure you guys, I don't even know if you can see this. So those beads in my hand are moonstone and one rose quartz, and then dragon scales, purple mini dragon scales, jump rings from chain. No, these are from the Ring Lord, and then a little lotus flower that I got because I like little charms. That's why I won't do this in an oven. I mean, it smells awful. But I guess if you're in another room, you can't smell it, you know? Okay, now what am I looking for? Two. I made this too because you weren't here. I think you were here walking the rain. Now, I don't know if... Oh, yeah, Dee was here because she had seen this. This is my copper pewter dragon wire wrap. The dragon there. Of course, I didn't make the dragon. I did the weave around it. And it's one of those faux turquoise again. And then I matched the pewter and copper dragon to the bead. So I'm going to be putting that up on my Etsy site. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. I'm going to be putting it up there for $40. It's worth it. Could you see that all right? Could everybody see that? Somebody say hello in chat because it's not moving on my end. I'll try this. It's supposed to be the wire dragon. The wire dragon. It's showing up on my phone and not on my screen again. Nope. Nobody's typed, so I am right. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Get you guys back on the oven for a second. Sorry, it's a little boring right now while we wait for those beads to bake. But 20 minutes really isn't that long. That's pretty good. And I hope the conical point to the witch's cap for this Halloween thing that we're doing right now, which is making all kinds of Halloween beads and things like that in the fest of October. So it's going to be Halloween all month, and I'm hoping I won't be able to get it done tonight. I'm hoping to actually make some little skull beads and stuff, which I think they'll go over real well. I was surprised Gothica wasn't in here tonight, but I got on late, so she may have come and didn't stay. So can somebody type hi in the chat so I know you're still here? Please remember, folks, please remember to hit the like button. Whoa, see? Hold on. I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. Okay, now, anybody know about how long that's been? Normally I have it up to the window better. Oh, my stuff is burning, guys. Ooh. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me get my overhead fan on. Just what I was talking about. Remember? Oh, man. Hopefully. Holy crap. Oh, come on. Okay. The one thing I didn't want to happen, and it did. Sorry, guys. Wow. Okay. Sorry, guys. But I think we're going to have to call it a night. Please don't forget to thumbs up and like it. I have the beads tomorrow night for you. Oh, my God. Oh. Maybe I can get this to stop. I did not think that would happen. I've done it before. I never had that issue. Ooh, I'm getting my exercise. I'm fanning the thing. I need to go get my fan. Bring it in here and plug it in. Yep. I knew it. See you at the beach here. Whoa. Wow. Come on. Let's go. Wow. All the excitement, huh? Whoa. Come on. Whoa. That's pretty bad, guys. Holy crap. Okay. So guys, I'm really sorry, but I have to get this to stop. So actually I'm going to have to stop the live. It's the first time I ever burnt beads in my life. I hope everyone understands and that you'll come back. All right, don't forget the thumbs up on your way out. Thank you so much. And I will see you tomorrow night. I promise I'll be here on time. 7:30, 8 o'clock, I promise. All right, good night, everybody. Wow. I don't even have my glasses and the lights down too. Whoa. I knew that was going to happen. No, I'm not. Walk in the rain, I'm fine. Look, I'm just trying to get the smoke out of the room. I've never had it where my oven did that. So this was a first. There you go. Walk in the rain, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to be stuck sitting here holding a fan, literally, to keep it from going off. I've never had that oven do that. So I'm thinking, because it wasn't 20 minutes even. So I'm thinking that, maybe I had it set too high. Used to set it on 200 too. Yeah, I'm okay. I am just out of breath and it's smoky because my toaster oven, that's excitement tonight. You came to Organic Silver Moon's Designs for Excitement. You got it. Happy Halloween before Halloween. I'm guessing my beads burnt and I'm going to have to start over. But that's okay. I will get them made tomorrow and I will come on at 7:30 or 8 o'clock tomorrow night for sure. And we will finish that up and then some. And I will clean that oven out really good. And the next time I'm going to set it on like 175. It might take it a little bit longer, but we won't have this happen. I guess I just had it too high. And it does say 275. But that little oven is hot. And there isn't a whole lot of room in it. It's not like a big, super big oven. It's a toaster oven. And it does work. I usually use it all the time. Thank you so much, Angel Gray. Thank you. Hey, look, just make a comment on any of my videos. That way I can find you and reply to you. Because I always write down the name of all my subscribers. Because I do give away real gemstones. Boy, guys, I am so sorry. That's so sad because I was looking forward to that little witch's hat I made out of the polymer clay. Like I said, it has never done that. And I've made everything. I was showing them beads and all the kinds of stuff I made and baked. I never had that happen, but I told everybody good night because I was like, I didn't know if I was going to even be able to get to sit back down. Actually, Walk in the Rain, it's not if you do it right. I think that I may have gotten probably over what it should have been. Like I should have had it maybe 200 instead of 275. I think that's what I did the last time. I only did 200. So that was too hot, 275. Because it's a small area, you know, and it's compact. But the last time it worked fine. Look at my other videos. You see me working with the oven and everything. I don't have any problems. Just tonight. Just tonight. I gotta have a sip of my Monster drink. My throat is like scratchy from that stuff. Oh, Lord. I moved the fan. I'm literally sitting here holding the fan on the fire alarm so that until that smoke gets outside, which I have the window halfway up, which it will get out there. You guys see I'm getting there. Look. There's the fire alarm, and there's the fan, and I'm holding it on my lap. Thank you so much, Angel Gray. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I've never had that happen, walk in the rain and everybody. That has never happened. You're right, let there be life, the Daisy Channel. Oh my goodness. I know, but I'm afraid to move this because the smoke is moving so slow out, and I think it's in the room too. Once it clears the room some, I'll be okay. I was shooting the fan that way too. And it actually has smoke out in my corridor in my hallway of my house. So, I don't know. I have an exhaust fan on my microwave in the kitchen. I guess I could turn that on. I have to put my glasses on or I can't see anything you guys are typing. Yeah, I think I'm going to get one of those for the window. Like a little double window fan. Like a little double fan to exhaust it out. But it's never done that before. So obviously I had it too high is what happened. You know what I'm saying? So the next time it's going to be 175 or 200. But in a normal oven it's 250 to 275. Look at that other clay I showed you, the Kato clay earlier. It said to put it on 250 to 300. But not in a toaster oven. Less heat because it's more compact. And I think that's where I made a mistake. I should have made sure it was lower than what it was. The heat. Because I put the tray down on the bottom. So I wonder how long I'm going to have to sit here with this fan. Oh my God. Guys, I really appreciate all you coming in. I'm sorry I ruined our clay creations. They were going to be so cool when they got done. I've done it before, and I never had this happen. Only tonight. You know what it was, Andrew? You made it unbelievable that you came all the way from Australia to see my live. That's why it happened. Had to give you some kind of excitement. They may be okay. Yeah, that would be cool if they were. I'm just afraid to open the door because walking the rain. When I went over there, because I thought, oh, I can just open the door and the smoke will go out faster, right? I'm like, no, it's making more smoke. Well, you'll never have a dull story to tell about my channel, will you? I'm actually sitting here with my fan on my leg, pointed up like I showed you. Because it's clearing now. Out in the hallway, I can see it clearing up. There was smoke out in my corridor. It's not that big in this apartment. It's only a one-bedroom apartment. I turned the bedroom into a studio. And I'll tell you something else too. The bottom of that pan where I put everything, it had, and I had aluminum before I had aluminum foil on the bottom and over the top. And I didn't do that this time. I put it directly on the metal with the aluminum foil over the top. Yeah, I do need a window fan, you're right. Well, we may get them out and it'll be okay for whoever sticks around until I get them out. And I really appreciate all the thumbs up. And don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I've got another computer that I'm going to be hooking up so I don't have to go through this with Betsy. I may be using Betsy again tomorrow night because, guys, I have never used Windows 11 before. And so it's got to be hooked up. And I'm going to, I don't have a lot of money because I have a smaller Vizio TV that's 24-inch. And Launch and everybody told me that I could use it as my monitor. So he had me order a special USB and HDMI. to hook it up because I've never done that before. I mean, I built computers. How about that, walking the rain? I used to be a programmer. I did technology years ago. But I've never used a TV for a monitor. But I thought, you know what? I can use that, I think. And I talked to him, and he said, yeah, you can. So that saved me quite a bit of money because monitors are expensive, and that's pretty nice. That's only 3 inches off from a huge monitor. Oh, that sounds delicious, walking the rain. It really does. Sounds delicious. It really does sound delicious. I'm going to tell you, anybody's got Windows 10 and you upgrade to Windows 11, you make a backup of everything of your Windows 10 because you can put it on a separate part of the hard drive on the Windows 11. Oh, right on. Right on. I believe you, walking the rain. I believe you. I was old now, and I was old then, walking the rain. I was old before I was an adult, even in this life. That's why I always tell Vaughn she's an old soul. She reminds me of me when I used to be younger. And I'm not that old, man. I play Switch and everything else. I mean, I know there's a lot of grandmas out there that play Switch and all that. Don't get me wrong. But I grew up with those computers and those games. And I remember when they brought the first CD around, and all my friends and everyone, including myself, were like, oh my Lord, that's got music on it? Yeah. So that's going from vinyl to a CD. And when you think about how cheap they make CDs, because they're plastic and you can cut them and scratch them and everything else. When they originally did it, there was a place out where I used to live. So I lived in Virginia Beach and Norfolk. I live in California too, but I wasn't old enough then. But they had this place called FX, like the media, and they were making these huge, like the size or bigger than a 33 record. I think they still have them. Well, 8 tracks too. But I meant before the CDs and stuff, they had these big metal discs. It looked like something it went on a phonograph or something, only in a flat record. Yeah, and they had music on them and movies. And I remember building my first Pentium, my 486 Pentium. That tower was huge. This thing is like a mini-me kind of tower computer. Like my tower was huge. It was way up there, way, way above here. Crazy big, crazy big. And it had about 12 bays in it. I wanted to have my own server, but I couldn't afford it. They said I needed 100 telephone lines to do it. Yep, I built the computer. I just couldn't afford to have the server. And I taught everything before I went to school and got a degree. I'm still kind of waiting because there's still kind of a awful smell. I'm afraid to move the fan right now, everybody. Sorry. We may be hanging out until things go bump in the night. Boy, it really smelled bad, too. I'm going to tell you. It kind of choked me up. It was that strong. And it did it quick, too. I don't even think that was 10 minutes, if it was even that long. I just put them in there. Maybe. I'm thinking walking rain, everybody. The last time when I did the pieces, I put a piece of aluminum foil on the pan, then put my pieces in, and then covered them with the aluminum foil. This time I didn't do that. This time I just stuck them on the pan, the metal pan, and put the foil over top of them. Lazy, lazy. That's all. Just lazy. And look what happened. Teach me. Because if you watch my other video when I'm making the cabochons, and I made a bunch of them. 5 or 6 at once, and no, there was nothing like this. Nothing. Everybody will tell you that was there. Yeah, exactly. You got that right, walking the rain. You got that right. And I'm just so grateful that everybody came in. Yeah, so we're not doing anything. I'm holding a fan if anybody's curious. Because my baking in my oven, like I told her, I think I made the mistake of not putting the foil on the bottom of the metal tray as well as over it like I did before. Because I've never had that problem. And it would, walking the rain, do you think it was 5 minutes when it went off? I mean, it was smoking in 5 minutes. I think it's because that clay was on the metal tray. Because I never do that. I usually put a piece of foil under it, then put the clay on, and put another piece of foil over the top. I know, Star. Star's like, what is going on, Mom? What is that funky smell? She said, I smell something funky. For you that can't see my cat that was roaming around earlier. And that's Mr. Jingles there, the skull for Halloween. Now, you know, you'd think I'd be bright enough to know, but I got that candle that's in the background there. Your sense time isn't that good. But I got that candle that you see in the back, that white candle behind the parawire. And it said 1.5 volt battery. So I thought it meant, like, and then it didn't dawn on me. It didn't say 9 volt. It said 1.5, which is either a AA or a AAA. And I got to find a screwdriver to unscrew that thing in order to put the batteries in it. You're not supposed to have lit candles. My other candle there, I didn't light it. It's like a Day of the Dead candle. It's really cool. These are like religious things people use, but I'm using it for Halloween. So is lunch still here, or when I say goodnight, did everybody scatter, like, you know, like pouring pepper and then adding soap to it and the thing? Yeah, sugar skull candle. They're actually really pretty. I have 2 of these. And I thought about doing a painting of one, like I did my dragon. Yeah, I thought it was really pretty. But on the back of it, by the way, that's why I said it's religious. Aventurcia. Is that Spanish? It is. I can't read Spanish. Sorry, guys. And I don't have Alexa in here that I can ask her. Made in the USA. Made in the U.S. Imported parts. It says parts. It's a candle. There's no parts to it. Wax, no wick, and a glass jar. And I can't read the rest of it. It just says 8-inch candle. It's all in Spanish, the back. Anybody read Spanish? Because I don't. It's all in Spanish. It's some kind of, like an Advent candle. I can tell that much by the top name. That it says Advent. It says Avertencia. Adventicia. So it actually is really one of their candles for their religious things. Because they... Is it Spain that celebrates the Day of Dead? Anybody know? Because that's what it talked about in my other video when I did the History Channel. Because I didn't get marked for it because it's a History Channel and there's no copyright. And it was telling about Halloween and it talked about the Day of the Dead and all that. It also said that before it came to the United States, Halloween was celebrated on the 1st and I believe the 5th of November. And then when it came to the States, it became October. I love sitting here holding this fan. I don't. I'm being facetious. You guys know that. 50 cents word for facetious. I bet you I'm going to have a nice mark on my left leg from this fan sitting on it. I'm just glad I moved as fast as I did because it could have been worse. Can you imagine the fire department showing up? I got a live video running. Oh my Lord. That would have been funny. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have been funny. See, look, that oven just dinged off. That's how long they were supposed to be in the oven. Did you hear it ding, Rain? Cute firefighters. You know, when I lived in Charlottesville and had rented the basement apartment, God forbid, of my ex from high school, we were high school sweethearts. He's still in love with me. And he's married. And I had to get out of there. So I had some inside help from my church, and they got me here. Anyway, Star. I made him put that, it's real floppy, but you can put it on walls to cover them up, make it look like real wood. I made him start covering the ceiling down there. She was going up in the rafters, Rain, and not coming down. So the last day I was there, I'm sitting in a lawn chair downstairs in the basement with two of my church friends, and I ended up calling the fire department for rescue. And they says they didn't do it, but they were going to come help me. I told them I was moving, and my cat was up in the rafters, and I couldn't get her down in the house. So it was about 4 young guys and 4 young girls that showed up in firefighter outfits, and they went up, and they said, we can hear her. And he had that drop ceiling on the other side, but she could get under there and get up there. I know. She just didn't like it there, and she was scared. But, so they moved that drop ceiling. They could feel the weight. They knew it was her. So I handed them her carrier, and they turned the carrier sideways and up and opened the door, and one of them went behind her in the back and pushed, and the other one grabbed her, and they fed her down into the carrier, or I would have never gotten her out of there. That was going on like 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I got my car on a 2-wheelie tow and a U-Haul, and I'm waiting to get the cat. I know. She's really been through it. We came from, okay, so wherever she was when she was a little homeless kitty, because I don't know if they got her in Florida or she was out of Georgia or Alabama, because they said they got a lot of cats out of Alabama and Georgia that were homeless. So she was just a kitten then. I'll do some pictures of a short video one day to show her when she's real small and young. But anyway, so that's where she was adopted from. So obviously she was insecure, and she's very shy as it is, believe it or not. When other people come in this house, she runs and hides, unless it's my one friend. My one friend comes here, her name's Elaine. She'll come here, and the cat loves her to death. And I know Elaine loves animals, but I've never known her to love a cat. But she's nice to my cat. Yeah, and Star likes her. Star will go up to her without even a treat. So that's nice. At least there's one person that comes here that she'll come out for. I'm afraid to move the fan, by the way, walking around. I'm afraid to move it until I know darn sure that we're safe. I think we might be. We're going to find out when I move the fan if it goes off again. If it does, I'll be putting it back on my leg. I wonder if it'll stay there. I got it. if I can get it to lean. It's leaning on my camera arm. So I'm not too sure about opening up that oven, you know. And I really took in some smoke, let me tell you. You had 3 cats? Okay. Some folks don't have 2 cats. Oh, okay. Drum roll. Yeah. Chicken dinner. I don't want to open it. I just want to wait. Be darn sure all that smoke's, because it's got to go out the little vents. And I have the, as you can see, I have that right up against that window. I live in that window way up. More than it was. It's almost all the way open. It almost choked me too, to be honest with you. It really did. Because it was heavy. Like black smoke. But I got it. And I told everybody, I guess I'll be telling you good night, but I figured, well, if you want to hang out long enough for me to see if I can even save it. If not, it's crispy critters in there. That's just terrible, isn't it? At that moment. And it did it quick too. And I think it's because I didn't have the aluminum foil on the bottom of the metal pan before I had it on the bottom of the metal pan. Oh, you can barely hear me? It's probably the darn fan. Are you able to hear me now? Can you hear me now? I have a headphone and stuff in one of those things, but I don't know where it is. Can you hear me now, Rain? Or is it the fan? Okay, I'm setting my fan down. Let's pray that it doesn't go off again. And maybe the fan on the ceiling will be good enough. I'm going to find out real quick. We're going to find out in a minute. Can you hear me now, Rain? Oh my God. I'm going to have to start wearing my headset. It's better. Normally my voice is low, but it's loud enough usually. And of course I'm sitting like this and not sideways because I'm afraid I'm going to have to grab the fan again. That really got me too, man. Y'all were getting ready to see an action YouTube video, aren't you? Action. I missed that cup of coffee. I'd really like to have it, right? Boy, I can still smell it too, Rain. I don't think I need to open that oven. I got to be really honest. Because I think when I open it, that there's going to be smoke coming out of it. It's strong. That was really strong. I mean, it's sort of like burnt toast or worse. That's what it smells like, worse than burnt toast. That's what it reminds me of, like when you burn toast in your toaster and you flip it up and all that smoke comes out. I tried. My voice is gone now too from breathing that in. I have asthma and emphysema. So that wasn't good for my lungs for sure. I'm wondering. See, I was going to make little black bats and stuff to put on those beads after it baked. That's a shame. Well, they'll definitely be crispy black, that's for sure. That's a good idea. I didn't think about that. You're right. Let's get it. We're going to try it. because I'm as curious as you how bad it is, how bad they're burnt. Give me just a second here, because I'm going to get my t-shirt over here, because I don't have a oven mitten here. I don't usually need one. I usually use a little small cloth to get it open. But with it being as hot as it was, I'm going to use this. Thanks, guys, for all your patience, whoever lasted out and is still here. And I have one sock on and one sock off. I lost it during the trying to escape the fumes to blow them out. Okay, now let me see if I can do this. I'm going to turn it around, face it towards the window, and open it. Okay, and I even had this, guys. I was going to set all this up. I'm going to, once I get everything straight, because we're going to have Halloween all month. But I'm going to set this up as a prop. It's a Ouija board. And that center thing is called a planchette, something like that. And I'm going to make earrings that look like that, little small earrings. Should be kind of cool. Okay, so here we go. Say prayers for me, Rain, and everybody. Well, it feels like it's cooled completely off now. Okay. They're probably crisp. It makes me sad. Well, it's completely cold. Isn't that crazy? Rain, it's completely cold. Oh, my Lord. I shudder to think. You know what? I didn't think about it, Rain. But it might have been. Remember I put the powder on them? That powder? That may be what burned. Was the mica powder. Well, I do have paint. That did go down a little ways, but that's okay. It'll work, won't it? And here's the other ones. They look really crisp. Let me get over here and see what I can do. I wish I had known about how long they were actually in there. Would have been good. Wow. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. Thank you for hanging out while we almost went up in flames, literally. Well, smoke, really. Yeah. Okay. Whew. Now, let me see if I can get... You still have plenty of light, though, on there. You can see. Yeah, they did seal. They're done. But they are crispy. Look at that. But that's okay. If I have to, I'll paint it, I guess. I guess I can paint them. Look, the hat, I knew that conical point was going to drop. Remember I said I was afraid that it was going to go down? Well, you can barely see the eyes and nose in these. But it didn't hurt any of the evil eye beads. They came out good. So I'm wondering if I could paint them black and white. But they did burn. They did burn. Look at that on the tray. Look here. They really did burn. I think I can save them, but they did burn. I'll show you the tray real close so you can see it. That's where they sit on there and they burn. Can you see all the little flakes? Especially that one. It was really bad. Crazy. I got a brush here and I guess I could paint them if I have to. Oh my God. Hey, I wonder how they would look, Rain, Walking Rain and everybody. I wonder how they would look if I did UV resin on them and UV resin them just like they are. Yeah, I can watch back to see how long. Yeah, I think it was the micro powder. Yeah, I may ask her. I mean, I've used micro powder before, but I had quite a bit in the clay, and that was two different types of Sculpey polymer clay. One was just a plain white clay. The other one was the clay with the pearl that looks like pearl, and that has flakes and stuff in it too. I should have set it like for 175 and done like 12 minutes or something, because these are small pieces. But when I did my cabochons, you seen that cab? That cab was baked in the same oven. I had 5 other pieces in there. Oh, and I didn't think about that either, Rain and everybody. This is like an aluminum. This is metal aluminum. So that probably got really hot too and increased the heat 3 times more than what it was. Twilight Zone beads. That's a good one. I like that. Well, and the other thing is, think about it. Besides the mica powder and all that, I was using this bead thing here, which is like an aluminum or metal. Look at that. Look here. Look where it did a flash burn underneath. See it? It did a flash burn. Because this was like practically brand new. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I guess I can paint them. This is sad. They look like some kind of burnt turtles with a hat that went. Anybody remember Witchy Poo? She was a sad character. Sad witch character. Funny. Any suggestions? I'm up for it. Because these look like, I don't know, like space turtles or something. They don't even look like what they started out to look like, which was kind of like a scary ghost face. I'm so glad you guys were here with me. You know, moral support. I'm still coughing from that stuff. So, folks, we almost burned down our studio here. Because if it's my studio, it's your studio too. You guys support me by being here. And when I said about the thing and all that, I'm sure that other people thought, well, they must have given her tips and stuff. That's how she got that computer. No. I actually wanted playing games, Star. Rain. I did. Took me 6 months to get up enough money. And I was so lucky that thing was on sale and that it was refurbished. It's really nice. Well, Nevo is a good brand. I mean, they make some killer laptops and stuff, but they're just too expensive for me. They're like IBM. So I got that Lenovo, just so you know, Walk in the Rain, if you're curious. I got it off of Amazon, and it's refurbished. It does not come with a screen, but if you have any kind of flat screen of any type, you can hook a USB cord to it and still run that computer. And it comes with a mouse, a wired mouse, but it has like 8 USB ports in it, so you can use a USB mouse on it. And mine came with this little plug because it said it was Bluetooth enabled. It said it was Bluetooth. It didn't say it was enabled. So Launch said, because I've never had a laptop that wasn't, and then I forgot because we always hook a phone cord and went directly to the internet. We didn't use Bluetooth. So that little USB is Bluetooth. Are you still with me, Rain? I'm just talking away. Anybody still here? Oh, okay. I was getting ready to type it to you. Yeah, so we'll have to see about that computer because if it has a plug for Bluetooth and that makes it Bluetooth, then I'm wondering, do I have to have more than one of those plugs if I was to use a Bluetooth mouse? Or will it work with me just plugging it in because it's making the computer Bluetooth? See, I don't know. Because in the day, no towers have Bluetooth. And as far as I know, they still don't. So that plug is probably what that's for. That little USB plug that's for the Bluetooth. So that you don't have to run your phone cord from that to your desktop. I kept trying to call that, and I probably did once or twice in the voiceover, Rain, that it was a laptop. So it's been years since I had a tower computer, as I call them. If you go look at that, it's not the best voiceover, but I have one that says unboxing my personal PC or something. Yeah, I have all laptops too, and have for years. I mean, I told you I built a tower. That was years ago. I was like 18, 19 years old. I'm 53 now, man. That was a long time ago. I was laughing because I was so young. Now, I'm not a pothead or anything, but I'm not going to say I haven't ever done that when I was younger. You have a tower in the other room? You might be able to upgrade that, Rain. Like just by changing a board. Yeah, because if you did software, I bet you can upgrade that thing. And if you can, that'll save you a lot of money. That's why I got the laptop, because it was cheaper than the computers. And if I wanted to upgrade them, okay, even though it's Windows Pro and it's not a gamer or a video computer, I can upgrade it with another video card, you know that, in the slot in the back, and also upgrade the memory. And the memory right now is 16. And then it's 1 gigabyte SSDI, whatever. It's not like the old hard drives, but it's a gigabyte hard drive. And 32 something, that's another part. That's probably the random memory. But the RAM memory is 16, and I definitely wanted that because you've got to have at least 16 megs to work with stuff and be not so slow. So what? Take the things out and upgrade it to whatever you can upgrade it to, and then later, I mean, I guess you could buy a motherboard if you can get it before Trump puts tariffs on everything again. You're bound to be able to do it. You said you did software and all that. You're buffering, or is it me? Am I buffering on you? Huh? Am I buffering? Huh. I can't even see my screen with this. What's going on here? I can see me. There we go. Now I see it. It's delayed, but it's there. Oh my goodness. This has been a real night, folks. I'm so glad everybody was here with me. And I really do think it was mica powder. And what's really sad, all this clay I have here has that daggone mica powder in it. So I'm going to take it, put it in a bag. It's going to ducky lucky heaven, as I call it, which means the trash. Because I don't want to take a chance if it's going to burn like that in that little bit of time. See all that stuff under my desk? Oh my God. I have so much stuff. I have too much crafting stuff. I probably have as much crafting and stuff to work with as Vaughn. So I've been doing it for quite a few years, but she got me into the wire wrapping and all that because I always did metal work. Sorry, my empty little foot down there with no sock on it. But I was running to get the smoke out of my studio. Sounds so professional, my studio, right? I just turned the bedroom into a studio. I'm going to get my other sock and put it on. I feel naked without my sock. Rain, are you still buffering? Is everybody else buffering too? Is it buffering for you? Or is it on her end? Just curious. I'm getting my sock on, folks. After the smoke alert. Andrew, are you still here or did you leave? Because I told them all good night when it happened because I figured nobody wanted to hang out. But you were so cool about it, Rain. Whoops. Oh, that is so awesome. Thank you, Rain. I will be on here earlier. I will be using Betsy the laptop because I don't trust using the new PC yet because I need to know how it works. All right. Thank you so much, Walk in the Rain. Thank you, everybody who came in and stuck it out with me. And we see what happened. Apparently, that mixing that mica powder in this clay was not a good idea. Or maybe I need to cook it at like 100 for 10 minutes. I will remember. I'm going to paint these or something. They're really lightweight too. So that's one thing I like about polymer clay. It's so lightweight. You too, Rain. Stay safe. God bless. Love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Again, my name is Organic Silver Moon Designs. I'm a jewelry and a canvas artist. And things do go bump in the night, and they did definitely go bump here tonight. So, we at least didn't have a fiasco or a major fire, no fire department, thank God. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out. Don't forget, before you leave, go thumbs up my video, and I hope to see each and every one of you tomorrow night. I'll be here between 7:30 and 8:30. All right, bye for now. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks for all your support, love, and kindness.